is an athlete in North Carolina, female athlete who has sustained massive injuries after being spiked in the face with a volleyball by a trans woman athlete. So a man who identifies as a woman spiking this ball into her face. There's a video of it. Ball goes up. Okay, here comes this ladylike trans. And you don't want to look at it because, you know, it's so clear, it's so awful. It knocks this poor actual woman down and gives her all sorts of injuries. The woman was just speaking in North Carolina on what those injuries have been like.
I was severely injured in a high school volleyball game by a transgender athlete on the opposing team. I suffered from a concussion and neck injury that to this day I'm still recovering from. Other injuries I still suffer from today include impaired vision, partial paralysis on my right side, constant headaches, as well as anxiety and depression. I was unable to play the rest of my last volleyball season, and although I am currently playing softball, I am not able to perform as well as I know I have in the past because of the injury. My ability to learn, retain, comprehend has also been impaired, and I require accommodations at school for testing because of this. Allowing biological males to compete against biological females is dangerous. I may be the first to come before you with an injury. If this doesn't pass, I won't be the last.
Certainly she won't be the last. As we see more and more of this, the rates of transgender identification among youth have skyrocketed in recent years, gone up 50%, 100%. Over historic rates. You're going to see more of this, and you're going to see more of this on the volleyball court and in all of the sports leagues. And I've said before, talking about the integrity of women's sports is a perfectly fine example to highlight the absurdity of the transgender ideology. The argument for transgenderism is these poor, confused people, they're having a rough go of it, so let's just let the fellas go into the women's bathroom, and let's let the fellas play in the women's team, and let's just kind of go along with it, okay? Well, here's the cost of that. This is a finite world. Everything has costs. Everything has trade-offs. We were just talking about economics. So the question you've got to ask yourself is it worth it? Is it worth concussing young women and partially paralyzing them and permanently disabling them to affirm the fantasies of men? There are going to be people out there who say, yeah, that's worth it. Something tells me it's going to be the same people who say babies don't need mothers. Yeah, mothers don't add anything. Women don't add anything to society. We don't need to recognize sexual difference. Who cares? I bet it's going to be the same people who say all of those things. But that's not what I would say. I would say it most certainly is not worth concussing young women, young girls, to indulge a